Step 1. Don't buy velvet pants when you have a big butt.
Or ever, really.
Hey, they're fun though.
Yes, they are.
They're
very fun for you. They bring back trauma for me.
Really?
Oh, velvet's traumatizing. It was a traumatizing part of my childhood.
Why?
I hate the texture of it. My
the inside doesn't feel like it though.
Dude, I had a velvet dress that was itchy as shit.
I loved velvet dresses as a kid.
No.
Nope. All of my velvet dresses were so good.
Oh no, it was my favorite dress, but it was so itchy that I couldn't wear it.
I want to know where you got that. I've never had an
Walmart probably.
I've never had
it wasn't quality.
I've never had an itchy velvet.
You've never had an itchy velvet?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Itchy wool, yeah.
Yeah.
Never an itchy velvet.
That's weird. Nope. Nope, not I.
Or it's just maybe not a texture that bugs me. It doesn't feel it. I have velvet bed sheets. Or not bed sheets, sorry, a duvet cover.
Yeah.
And you felt my bed cover. That's
no, it's nice. I've gotten a lot better with it. I could never wear it or put it on my skin for a long period of time.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know this about you.
It's called autism. Welcome back.
I'm Mak.
I'm Jubes.
And today we are talking about seasonal cleanses, baby.
Yes.
Happy April.
Happy April.
This feels nuts that it's already April.
Literally.
I feel like I haven't rested. It's just been
it's just
Christmas and now it's April. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, awesome. We love that.
Sick.
This is awesome.
This is fine. I'm fine. We're fine.
Right? Did anyone have any great April Fool's pranks? I'm not big into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We haven't decided if we're going to prank you yet. I don't know what we'd prank you
haven't
guys.
decided if you're going to prank me?
Well, I almost did last year.
That's true. That
would have
been really scary.
Last year, Jordy was, she was supposed to bake. And I was like, oh, I really want to just get there before her, turn on the lights, open up the place, but keep the door locked or something.
Yeah.
And just leave. I remember being like, what the fuck?
Just move everything just a little bit to see if she notices.
Flush the toilet or something.
Oh my gosh, I would die. And it's not I don't know, it would have been absolutely terrifying, but then there's been times where I've come in and the toilet's just been running.
I know, and
it was freshly flushed.
It would be similar to
terrifying
things that we've already just experienced.
Yeah.
But then be like, haha, it's just me.
Just jokes.
But no, and then
oh my god, you can stomp up and down the stairs for real.
I hide in the closet and you'd call the cops.
No, I wouldn't. I would just be terrified. I'd just push through it and be like, I'm fine. There's no one here. I'm fine. I'd probably text you. I'd be like, Mac, there's scary things happening at the coffee shop.
You go back downstairs to put something in the oven and I'm just sitting down there.
Oh my god. I'd be like, ah! My heart would stop. Oh my goodness. I would, yeah.
Long story short, it was going to be evil and then something changed with our schedule so it couldn't happen anyways.
It didn't work. Yeah, but I think you ended up baking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep, got out of that one.
But I don't know.
That's fun.
I'm not that big into jokes. I'm big into surprises, but I'm not big into jokes. So
I'm not
pranks.
Yeah, I can't think of a funny prank. One year my friend pranked me that China declared war on Canada or the US or whatever.
Yeah.
And I believed it because it's not really that far out of the realm of possibility. And everyone was like, wow, you're so dumb. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah, but even with that, I don't find that funny.
Yeah, it's not oh, haha.
It's oh, sick.
You, that's scary.
But it's not even scary. I would with that, and I'd be like, oh, okay, fun.
Yeah, haha.
Until something actually physically happens around me, I'm just like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Confirm it later? I don't know.
I'm not a big prankster.
Yeah.
But
oh, so with time flying by.
Yes.
I like how our thing now when we can't speak is either wow or yes.
Yes.
Or take two. It's just like, okay.
We'll start again.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, with time flying by, so I was just, this past weekend, I was at, like one of my good friends, her birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
And for the past like 3 years that I've been able to go to them, it's just been like field party at her acreage, keg, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 17 again though.
Yeah.
And like everyone who's at this party is actually quite a mix now, because it's like friends and then friends' cousins and then like people who are older than me and I went to my high school and then people my age who are like from my high school. And so it's like this weird little reunion mixed with like cluster of like just random people.
Yeah.
And I don't know like 3/4 of the party.
Yeah.
But it's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to reiterate, like I'm no longer like 25 when I go to these parties or
That's
24.
so fun.
I'm 17.
Yeah.
Because that's just what it feels like.
Yeah.
But it's so, as far as party goes, it's like wholesome in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's just a good group of people.
Nostalgic and just fun.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
not
sweet.
like, I don't know. I find almost like Project X, like kind of like intimidating, scary. It's just like, you know, everyone's good vibes. You know, everyone's there to just have a good time and play some beer pong in a garage like you did when you were 17.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So, or in high school. And so it was just, I don't know, it was really fun. And it's kind of funny because I don't talk to a lot of these people other than like my friend whose birthday it is.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of this one event a year.
Yeah.
And so I started having like these jokes with people that's like, oh, see you next year. Like our annual catch up.
Literally. I was like, talk to you next year.
Yeah. Because I have
fun.
no other reason to talk to like half these people at this party any other time. Because I'm not really friends with like most of them.
Yeah.
But like we get along. I know of you, small town kind of catch up.
Yeah.
But no,
That's
it's fun to go in. And then now I'm that bitch. When they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I started a podcast.
Yeah, you can find us on all available streaming platforms at Sometimes a Lot of Slaps.
Oh, I just feel like,
That's
like
fun.
that person. It's like, oh, of course you started a podcast. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Naturally.
I'm like, we just got 1,000 downloads. We're doing fantastic. Like, shut up, Michaela.
Oh, I love it. That's sweet.
But it's fun.
That's fun. That is fun.
Any other catch-up things in your life, or?
I went to a concert on Saturday night.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me this.
Surprise! I was saving it.
Oh my gosh. For reference, Jordy and I haven't talked for like a week and a half.
Literally.
Because last week my car broke down and so we couldn't record.
Yeah. So we're just like saving all of our stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a last minute thing. Graylin and Babe Ham was what we'll call him.
Okay.
Jordy Kiefer was coming to Calgary. And so they listen to his music when they're at work. They're like, oh my gosh, because it was only $40 to go. And it was just in downtown Calgary. And we were like, yes, let's go. So I went with them. And it was actually so much fun. But it's like doors opened at 8, started at 9. He didn't get on stage until 9:50.
Oh, good.
And there wasn't like an opener.
Oh, good.
They were just like playing just kind of like okay club music. Like it wasn't like you can just get down and dance to it or whatever. It was just like mid. And I was like, awesome. So then we were just kind of like sitting there waiting. And I was like, cool. And then like as he's coming like running up to the stage, he runs like right past us and right past this group of people and completely dummies this guy. Just knocks him straight on his back. Like he was down and out. And I was like, didn't even stop, nothing. Just like all of a sudden he was on stage and I was like, whoa, okay. This poor man just like getting picked up off the floor. I was like, oh, jeez, okay. We were like, all right. So then we like moved to like the mosh pit or whatever. It was just like there wasn't seats. It was just like a standing.
Yeah.
And so we were all like standing there and Graylin and Babe Ham jumped the entire time. They literally were just like jumping the entire show, which was only 40 minutes. We were at home by 11. I was like, oh my gosh. Awesome.
I mean, what else can you expect from a $40 concert? But that's hilarious.
Yeah, we were kind of like, okay, whatever. Girl was like, yeah, I'm so excited to go to like my first concert.
That's his first concert?
That was his first concert.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, that was sweet. It was like the energy was awesome. It was so much fun. Like
that's fun.
once it started. And I didn't know a lot of his songs because I have only listened to like a few of them.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty sweet.
Oh, fun.
It was awesome. And then like, because he just released a new song on March 8th. And so he has the girl that he sings that song with came on. She only has like one line in it.
Oh.
But she like came on, like said her line. But the mic, I've turned into a snob.
Jordy has to listen to us for hours each week.
So much. Their music was so loud you couldn't hear his microphone. And then when she said her lines, it was so high, it like you couldn't hear it. Like the frequency was so bad. I was like, ooh, that's nice. That's really good. I don't know what you said, but my ears are bleeding now. Thank you. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then she was like crowd surfing. And he was not happy about that.
Had you been to a crowd surfing concert before?
No, it wasn't planned. Like it wasn't a thing. Like she wasn't supposed to do that. She just kind of like
did she go from stage like to that?
I have no idea. All of a sudden I like turned around and she was just like around people. But like there wasn't enough people for her to crowd surf.
Oh.
So like, and then she got dropped a little bit. And so like you could see Jordy on stage kind of being like, no, like put her, like get down. Like, no, we're not doing this. Like, no, thank you. And so it was really cool to see a performer who was like, nope, like showing visible disappointment with something that was happening at his concert and like trying to stop it while still performing. I was like, that's nice.
Yeah.
And like he stopped the show a couple times to be like, hey, I'm going to need you guys to take a giant step backwards. Like the people in the front are just getting crushed. Like you guys need to move back.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick. I like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was weird.
So I take it you never crowd surfed?
No, why would I crowd surf? I don't want people touching me.
I have once.
Oh my goodness, no, there's no way I would ever do that. I was like, no, thank you. Especially because there was a bunch of there was like a group of just 5 foot short women. And then she just like went over them. She was like, pff, and I was like,
yeah, all right,
yeah.
It depends. Just no way. Crowd, yeah, it depends on the concert. It depends on the crowd.
Yeah,
it really does. Again, when I went, it was like, which concert was it? July Talk.
Oh.
I don't know if you know July Talk.
No.
They're an alternative band. And so they're like a fun, high energy, like walk on the crowd kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like the female lead of July Talk at the same concert that I ended up crowd surfing at.
Yeah.
She was like licking the security guy's head.
Oh my gosh.
At one point he was bald and she was just like licking his head off the stage. But the one thing they do at those concerts is that they mark you. Okay. And so if they see you again or something, or if you get too many marks, like when security, when they catch you when you get to the fence, then I think they'll kick you out or whatever. Right. But so it's like you kind of have like a 1 free pass kind of thing.
That's fun.
And I didn't even actually want to. I just got like lifted. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Sure, I guess I'm crowd surfing now. Thank you so much.
No, I was like, okay, yeah, all done with that. And Jordy was like, put her down. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. But yeah, that was super fun. Yeah, went home and in bed by like 11:30. And I was like bent down to take off my makeup to grab my makeup remover under the sink. And I smoked my forehead on the counter. It is so sore. I was like, ouch. I like woke up the next day with a headache. I was like, why do I have a headache? And I was like washing my face. I was like, ow. That's not nice.
Just wake up with a unicorn horn.
Literally, I was like, do I have a goose egg? Awesome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's my life update.
Fun.
Yeah, has been.
I guess we'll get into it. So seasonal cleanses. What the heck are seasonal cleanses?
Basically, the transition of seasons is the ideal time to sit back and reflect on what is out of balance in our lives and then make a plan to restore it to homeostasis. And so the term seasonal cleanse is based in Ayurveda, which is an ancient Indian medical system. And Ayurveda is based on ancient writings that relied on natural and holistic approaches to physical and mental health. And it's actually still being practiced in present-day India as one of their traditional healthcare systems, which I think is so, so cool. Mm-hmm. It also recommends practicing a seasonal cleansing, purification, and renewal process where we eliminate any physical and emotional toxicities that we've accumulated in the prior season. And this allows our body to return to a natural state of balance and health. And then once we release the toxins, then we can start practices of rejuvenation to nurture our vitality, self-healing, and well-being. And then when we cleanse, we tap into our true and natural rhythms to kind of reconnect ourselves with the earth and the natural order of things.
And so one thing before we get into this episode that I want to note is that cleansing has gained a bad rep due to crash dieting promises from things like skinny teas. And so although you may lose some weight in the cleansing process, it's not the main purpose of a cleanse. Like quote unquote cleansing too much, aka starving yourself too much, actually puts your body into starvation mode, and that's when you're more likely to store fat afterwards. And so that's why you see people who do a crash diet and then put the weight back on immediately after. Because your body's in starvation mode being like, oh, we just had no food for X number of time. We're going to hold fat longer, and it's going to take you twice the time like to get it off. Again. And it's because your body's like, we don't know when we're going to get food again. So
that's fun.
And so things like the skinny teas and stuff, that's not what these cleanses are for. The principle of cleansing is to give your body a break from focusing on mechanical breakdown, such as like digestion, to then focus on cellular repair and elimination, and obtaining back to homeostasis.
Right.
So how do we seasonal cleanse, Jubes?
It's recommended that you set aside a time to practice a cleansing program to reset yourself. A lot of the research I did focused on more of like the emotional cleansing than the physical cleansing. And so you can do this as often as you would like or need. However, it's recommended to do a cleanse 2 times a year, usually once in the spring, once in the fall, hence seasonal cleanses. Because seasonal changes are the key stress times in nature and are also the times where we need to lighten up our outer demands the most, and you need to turn inward to mirror the natural cycles.
So other ways to cleanse, like just throughout the year: eat a non-toxic diet, aka lots of fresh whole foods. Avoiding over-the-counter drugs and recreational drugs. Avoiding or minimizing exposure to chemicals at home and work. Dietary shifts from congesting foods to least congesting foods, aka the congesting foods is mostly like fried foods and just junk foods that you shouldn't eat anyways. Everyone still does. And then the least congesting is like, again, fresh whole grains, fresh, anything high fiber, anything high water content, high antioxidant. You can also add supplements to your existing diet that help detox. Things like vitamin C, fiber, chlorophyll, glutathione, L-cysteine, and other antioxidants all naturally detox your body throughout your existence, like your day. Herbs such as garlic, red clover, echinacea, and cayenne are also very detoxing. Saunas and sweats and niacin therapy are all ways to get it out through your skin. Simply increasing your fluid and decreasing your fat intake. Again, fat's more so in the terms of fried foods, not in like avocado and coconut. You want to eat avocados and coconut.
There are good fats and bad fats.
Yes. For your brain health, you want avocados and coconut. And in many ways, those omega fats, they are actually anti-inflammatory as well, so you really want them. And then moving from an acid to an alkaline state aids the detox process. Like living in an acidic state has been linked to higher disease risk. This is because for something like cancer, for example, cancer grows in an acidic body state, and so the principle is then you should start eating more alkaline if you have one of these diseases like this, to help aid in like stopping the spread or growth cancer. There have been many studies that link this together, but although like if you are in that position, make sure you're talking to your doctor, dietitian, whoever your medical professional is, because you shouldn't be doing a full fasting cleanse if you do have any sort of disease or illness, because it can potentially cause more harm than good.
Exactly.
And then so this kind of touches on the whole concept of spring cleaning. Like we all talk about spring cleaning, and that's essentially where the principle of seasonal cleanses is, and it's been traditional. The most prominent one that I thought of is like in the Persian culture version of spring cleaning, which dates back 3,000 years. I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, probably. Apologize. But they call it Kana Tikani, which translates to shaking the house. And so this is the whole concept of like sweeping out the dust and removing clutter from one's home will prevent ill fortune in the upcoming year.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find the direct source, but I'm pretty sure that's what like the pagan, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Pagan, yeah, like early settlers and his like medieval and whatnot. I think that's what everyone did. So when you talk about like cleaning out the old and bringing in like opening the windows and dusting, like every kind of old historic thing where you see them batting the mats and then all that kind of stuff and then baking fresh pies with the windows open, and it's so wholesome.
Yeah, you're just removing all of the like the stale, stagnant energy in your house from the winter and the slower seasons to make room for the high energy of the spring season. Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's where this whole concept comes from. There's also spiritual traditions in Judeo-Christian and Buddhist, a lot of yoga histories. And then as we've talked about before, a decluttered space is a decluttered mind. And so when you talk psychologically, there's that. And biologically, these cleaning is kind of attributed to seeing more sunlight, right? You're getting your energy back up. Your melatonin isn't like crazy high.
Yeah.
When I was looking through this, there was this one site that wrote melanin.
Just instead of melatonin.
It's like, yeah, the darker your skin gets, the more you want to clean. I'm like, not quite.
I don't think that's how that works.
But yeah,
like even with the weather change that we've been experiencing, like how nice it is. I've been like opening the curtains and opening the windows just to get that fresh air in here and kind of just like refresh my house. And I want to like, we have a really thick carpet in our living room downstairs. I want to get rid of it for the summertime just because it feels like it brings such a heavy, stuffy energy to our living room.
You could also just like bring it outside and air it out though too.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be refreshed a little bit to add the more of like the spring clean energy, but I'm definitely feeling the spring cleaning bug.
Yeah. Well, and that's why everyone naturally does it, right? Like you naturally want to go through your clothes and you clean up your space because you kind of come out of this hibernation trance and you're like, oh wow, this is chaos, I need to fix this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so you just naturally prepare for the next season. So, yeah, there's that.
And so then for the more of like the emotional like cleansing and stuff, it's important to practice meditation and deep breathing, which restores your mind body to a place of harmony with our true nature. And the website I found this from actually gave some really good examples of how to practice meditation and deep breathing. And so if you're someone who struggles with meditation like moi, there are some simple practices such as observing of breath. And so basically you find a quiet place to sit, you close your eyes and put your attention on the inhale and exhale of your breath. If your mind drifts away from your breath, catch it and return it back to your breath so that you're constantly thinking about your breathing. Do this for a few minutes and see how your body and mind feel before and after the practice. And there's also so many guided meditation that you can find like online through YouTube or just through there's a ton of meditation apps. And then for a deep breathing practice, you can do the alternate nostril breathing technique, which restores balance to your body and your mind and keeps you grounded through the cleansing process. And so you hold one nostril closed and inhale. You hold both of your nostrils closed while you hold your breath. Then when you exhale, you unplug the opposite side nostril that you plugged when you inhaled. And then you do this 5 to 10 times as you alternate nostrils. And then you just make sure that your inhales, exhales, and pauses are all the same length of time for like optimal relaxation. Balance. I don't know. But yeah, or you can do that one that Michaela and I have talked about before, which is just like in for 10, hold, not for 10. It was breathe.
Yeah, it's 5, 10. I do 10.
Yeah. Breathe
in 10, hold 10, out 10.
Yeah.
You always start like in with your nose and you can go breathe out with your mouth. That's what I've done in the past. But in through your nose is the most important part when it comes to the Yeah. Exactly. The other option is you can release with mind body exercises. So like yoga, tai chi, walking, qigong. Yeah. I always trying to write my white ass. I was to write qigong, and I'm like, that's so wrong, Michaela.
I literally, I stumbled upon, it was either a Facebook video or a YouTube video that taught me how to pronounce basic Chinese root words.
That's fun.
And somehow it stuck with me. I do not know where I learned it, when I learned it, how I even found it, but I can remember certain things. And I was like, sick.
Well, the thing is, like, I know that it's chi.
Yeah.
But immediately my brain's like, say what you know the letter to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know it's not.
Phonetics.
Literally. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's things like other gentle activities, mindful walking, and do them for about 30, 60 minutes a day in the morning or early evening.
Yeah.
A lot of that comes with the benefit of like seeing the sunrise and sunset for your circadian rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get more in tune with the longer days and stuff you can. It's good.
And a lot of the websites mentioned how like there's seasons within a day too, right? Like if you allow your body to connect with the rhythms of the day, it just makes it easier.
Yes.
So another thing you can do is to heat the body gently. This can be having either a very hot bath or shower to kind of create a sauna effect. If you have a sauna, you can use that as well. Listen to your body to guide you to how long you can spend heating your body. And if you want to stay longer but are feeling like lightheaded or anything, you can put a cool, moist cloth on your head. And it's also a good idea to rinse off after breaking a sweat to kind of help visualize and to physically wash away the toxins that you just released in that sweat.
Similar concept is really good to get to drink a lot of water after a massage because you just like with the massage, you've just released this or promoted lymphatic drainage. So you need the water to flush it out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very good.
And then there's enjoy nutrient-rich fresh foods, which I will touch on in a little bit more.
Yes.
And then treat yourself to a healing massage, as I just said. There's a specific Ayurvedic massage that is recommended, but if you don't have access to it, then a regular massage works as well. And there are a few Ayurvedic self-massages techniques that you can find on Google.
Yeah. And then along with the nutrient-rich fresh foods, you can try detoxifying and rejuvenating herbs. Michaela talks about that as well. These just kind of cleanse your organs and rejuvenate the tissues, enhance your body's detoxification pathways as well as many other things.
See.
And it's important to also get plenty of rest. So, and this doesn't mean necessarily sleep because there's other things you can do that are restful than just sleep. Like take time to sit by yourself and just rest in a peaceful environment. Like just be there with no technology usually, just allow yourself to be there. And naps are important too. And in our yin yang episode, which
will be next.
Yeah, which is next. It's recommended to be in bed by 10 to 10:30, according to that, which we go into next week.
The next one is connect to nature. So take time during your week to nourish each of your senses with nature's beauty and healing power.
Yes.
All very grounding. What did we talk about? Why did we talk about nature and walks for grounding? What was our episode?
We did a little bit in self-love and maybe sad. And there's one more that I'm missing. Recorded.
You guys know the episode. It's out.
Definitely.
It's out. I can't remember what we've been talking about, but a lot of our themes are very similar.
Yeah, the March and April, especially the wintering, plays a lot into our first couple episodes of April too. They're very complimentary.
Our planning was on point.
We knocked it out of the park. Not so humble brag.
Yeah.
And then so lastly, I just have here keep a journal. Writing is useful for self-reflection and emotional detoxification. And so each evening, take some time to write about what you have been feeling both physically and emotionally. Write down what you're grateful for and what things you would like to eliminate in your life. Write about how it will feel once those things are eliminated and what you're planning on bringing into that space that you've created with that elimination. And I just recently saw on TikTok, this creator has 2 separate notebooks, one for her manifestations and one for her emotional detoxing, which I think is really important and something that I'm going to suggest to our listeners is that if you're going to write about have a feelings journal and then a gratitude manifestation journal so that you're keeping your positive, what you want, what you're bringing to what you want to bring into fruition separate from the negative feelings, the ones that you want to get rid of and you are releasing. I thought that was kind of a fun idea. But yeah, and so now Mac's going to tell us all about seasonal eating habits.
Because I haven't said it enough.
Yeah.
And I will continue to speak it. There's another book that I'm going to be getting about seasonal habits specifically, so buckle up. I'm sorry, or you're welcome. Maybe both. So, as I've mentioned many times before, I am slightly obsessed with the idea behind seasonal eating.
Yeah.
And the concept basically is, again, is that nature provides the foods that we need at the time we need it, based on nutrients, water storage, etc. So spring is a purification season. Typically consume more fresh foods, especially greens, and consume more liquids. It is a time to start lightening the diet, an ideal time to do a cleanse if you desire. Again, think spring cleaning.
Yeah.
More than your house, your body too. So now I'm going to bring up my nutrition Bible. So some spring foods that are common for spring, things like avocados, grapefruits, dates, lemons, limes, asparagus, beet greens, dandelion greens, green onion, kale, leek, lettuces. All of this stuff varies on where you live. Because we're in a colder climate, we often don't see a lot of these foods until closer to summer, maybe. But So this is based off of, I think, somewhere in the States. So
right.
Adjust as you see. If you can grow it in your garden, think of when it sprouts. That's the kind of season that it is for you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then summer is a time to consume more liquids because of the heat, more raw foods, a lighter diet overall because we are more active.
Yeah.
So under the concept of seasonal eating, you shouldn't be going for like chilies and stews in the summer. You should be going for like salad and like maybe like a barbecued chicken or And oftentimes you see people just naturally gravitate towards those diet changes.
Yeah.
So summer menu plans include summer food, include like apricots, avocados as well, all sorts of berries, oranges, artichokes, chives, green beans, radishes, parsley, spinach. Everything that's very fresh.
Yes.
Autumn is a richer and denser for food in prep for winter. So whole grains, hard squashes, more cooking in contrast to summer. Think Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Right. And so some of these foods include like apples, blackberries, cranberries. Those are all things that you'd find in like crumbles and stuff, right?
Yeah,
You get apple crumble, and there's always cranberries or like all these kind of cranberry sauce for your turkey and
definitely,
right, if you celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But things like broccoli and cabbage and parsnips, potatoes, pumpkin, everything that's a little bit heavier and starchier because your body wants the energy as it's getting colder.
Yeah, you're preparing for hibernation, really.
And there's a lot more grains in fall as well because they've had the summer to grow, and it's right around harvest time is closer to autumn. So that's where we see a lot more barley, buckwheat, quinoa, buckwheat.
I don't want buckwheat. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Speaking.
It was just the pause. Buckwheat. Oh my gosh.
I fixed myself, and then I went back to it.
Oh, I love it.
You know what? I've been told I've meant to speak, and here I am.
Here we are, praising the benefits of buckwheat.
Used to. The amount of slips or stutters and mumbles that I have become so self-aware of now, like since doing this regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I was aware of it like in junior high. We did do like school presentations.
Yeah.
Every time I had to present like a speech in school, I sounded like a chipmunk on cocaine.
Oh my gosh, just so fast.
Flew through that speech. They're like, oh, it's 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
50 seconds, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Flat. I'm out, tapping out. I'll take the marks, the loss, because I'm not staying up here for another minute.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I'm going to blab my life away and make fun of my words.
Fun.
That's growth.
And that's on growth.
Not on practice, it's on growth.
Oh my gosh.
And then so finally winter, it's the richest and warmest and the heaviest. So lots of stews and soups to support the body's need for heat. A lot of these foods are comforting and relaxing to promote more sleep. This is where we get a lot of the terms of like comfort food, right? People want their mac and cheese and things that are warmer and comforting and like soul food.
Yeah.
And so winter foods as well, they include like apples again, cranberries, dates, dried fruits, all the things like from summer that have now you're preserving for winter. Mandarin oranges, as I said, cabbage, a lot of carrots and stuff are also very winter rich, even though we harvest them kind of in the summer. It's like that carries through for autumn and winter as well.
Yeah.
And then squash, like a lot of acorn squash, butternut squash, spaghetti squash. If you look in sweet potatoes, you see that in your grocery store, like you notice that they just have an influx of all these foods around the time. It's because of the seasonal eating habits.
Right.
And then there is more in relation to cleansing. I have a sample for a year-long detox program.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm going to talk about as an interesting concept. Again, not necessary, and you should only be doing this if you're are healthy overall. There are benefits that this is supposed to help you as well, but if you have a disease, a lot of times releasing the toxins into your system can actually cause more damage than good. Yeah. So you should do this when you are healthy and energy and not too fatigued or anything like that. Yeah. Because some of these cleanses can be hard on your body at first, especially if you've never done one before. Yeah. So to note, as I said, spring is kind of the optimal time for detoxing. And this is, again, the whole spring cleaning side of things. Also, everything is lighter, so you don't need to start storing your energy for the colder months as you would in fall. Yeah. Fall cleanses would be a little bit more light. It wouldn't be as intense as like a spring cleaning. Mm-hmm. So there is one cleanse out there called the Master Cleanse. I've never done it.
It sounds intense.
It scares me a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. It's basically like a lemonade diet, and not like sugar lemonade, just like lemon water. Nice. And you just live off of lemon water for
how long?
I think it's, let me see. It's like 10 days or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I'd be so hangry.
At first, you would think. I've done cleanses before. And I really do enjoy cleanses. I find it helps me lighten up.
No, I don't know that I could ever do like just like an apple juice cleanse or something, because I feel like I would get so dizzy and lightheaded and just like pass right out by the end of like the second day. Mm-hmm. It would not go well.
Okay, so they add maple syrup into it as well. Maple syrup. So it's lemon juice or lime juice, maple syrup, cayenne, and spring water. And then drink 8 to 12 glasses throughout the day. Eat or drink nothing except for the water. And then you can have laxative herbal teas and peppermint or chamomile teas. And then keep it in a plastic container or glass container, not plastic, because the lemon would then release all the toxins in the plastic. So you want to have it as fresh as possible. It doesn't say, but there have been some that do it for like 10 days or so.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Which is intense.
Yep, very.
It's an option. So in this sample year-long detox program, they suggest to start with that. And you do that for 7 to 21 days between March 10th and April 15th. That's the most optimal time for this subjected. In the book, it does bracket that it's later for the more northern countries. Again, I think this was written in the States. Yeah. So for us, it would be maybe more mid to end of April if you're in Canada. The Spring Master Cleanser is an option, but most of it's just like switching to more fresher foods. So a lot more fruits and vegetables, juices of fruits and vegetables and greens, herbs with any of the above. It can be alternated or include a 3 to 5 day supervised water fast. And that's where I often will do, like, I like to do like a 3-day fast kind of thing where I only drink water, herbal teas, and like fresh juices. AKA you can't have anything from concentrate because the sugar content is so high that it'll like spike your blood. Yeah. And it's not going to do anything good. Then it suggests you can do one in mid-spring. So around mid-May, another kind of 3 to 5 day just to like kind of fully prep for summer. Yeah. In summer, it says to try like 1 week of fruits and vegetables. And just fruits and vegetables for that time. Yeah. Late summer, take a 3-day cleanse of fruit and vegetable juices around mid to late August. Autumn, take a 7 to 10 day cleanse between September 11th and October 5th. Some of the options that they put in here is like grape fast, apple and lemon juice together diluted, fresh fruits and vegetables raw and cooked. I think that's to kind of give your body one last clean before it's starting to store for winter. Yeah. although it says say for mid-autumn, take a 3-day cleanse with juices or in-season produce. And then winter, a lighter diet for 1 to 2 weeks in preparation for the holidays. So around December 10th to January 5th.
Right.
It's all very subjective. Like,
too many things going on over there.
I know, I need a desk. I need a table. I need my leg is like falling asleep and I have everything balanced on my kneecap. It's great. But yeah, so like I said, as I said earlier, these do not apply if you're someone with any sort of like health problems, extreme fatigue, approaching surgery, or have poor circulation.
Yeah.
This is because, again, releasing too much toxicity can make people sicker, and this is supposed to be beneficial, not harmful. In certain cases, it can be.
Yeah.
We already have natural fasting times throughout our day. Breakfast is quite literally a fast, break fast.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing a cleanse, you might notice headaches, fatigue, irritability, mucus, congestions, or aches and pains. This is because of the toxicity clearing and or withdrawals.
Right.
Because with these cleanses, you're not supposed to have any sort of caffeine. It can just throw your system off altogether because you have no food to like brace your body for that much energy. And so my first cleanse I ever did, man, the caffeine withdrawal headache was insane.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Insane, but it helped me for the better. I felt lighter. I felt like my brain fog was gone and everything was good.
Yeah.
So some benefits that you can see from cleansing if you just so decide. Prevents disease, reduces symptoms, treats disease, cleanses body, rests organs, purification, rejuvenation, weight loss, clear skin, slow aging, improve flexibility, improve fertility, enhance the senses, and spiritually it kind of makes you more organized, inwardly attuned, self-conscious, self-aware, motivated. And a lot of people tend to use cleanses for spiritual practices. And you can see it in various religions.
Yeah, they have a lot. Well, I guess they're not cleanses, they're fasts.
Yeah, but that's all part of it. Like fasting period is a form of detox and cleansing. And so that's all culturally, spiritually variant. So yeah.
Good. So yeah, like Michaela said, it suggested, or like both of us have said, it's suggested to cleanse 2 times a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. And so the Ayurvedic system, the spring is known as the Kapha season and the fall is the Vata season. I probably have mispronounced those crazy, so apologies. So fall, which is the Vata season, is a naturally light and dry time of year, so it's beneficial to follow our impulse to lighten the body. And so we might start a dietary cleanse. We start paying attention to fresh juices, the abundance of greens for salads and various root vegetables. And then all of these help balance the effects of Vata. I don't know why I want to say Vata. Because data. We also will get the impulse to release and cancel all activities that aren't absolutely necessary as we transition into a time of rest and relaxation over winter. We talk a lot about going into winter in our wintering episode. Yeah.
You guys are probably like, yeah, we get it. Move on. We
understand.
Change the topic.
3 episodes of the same shit. Move on.
You get one more.
One more. 2 more, actually. Our book this month. I get to talk about this again.
Oh, our book is so funny. Inflamed Mind.
So good.
It is so good so far.
Get excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so spring is Kapha season, which is known for its damp and cohesive nature. And so greens and sprouts are abundant, like Michaela said, in the spring. And they kind of dry any accumulation of mucus in our body. Cleansing in the spring can eliminate seasonal allergies. Kapha time also allows us to be able to do more vigorous exercise, allowing us to sweat and take dry sauna baths. And we might also start using more spices, greens, and pungent foods in our cooking as well. It's also important to think of the seasonal cleanse as an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves, as we often get swept up in life and forget to listen to our body.
Especially when you've been in hibernation, just kind of survival mode for so long.
Exactly. It's more of a mental and spiritual cleanse that benefits you, obviously, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And it kind of just gives the chance to renew the natural intelligence and rhythm of the body so that you have a chance, your body has a chance to kind of speak to you and override the loud voices of the mind. It gives you a chance to break any bad habits and to heal from anything that you've experienced maybe in the winter or the other seasons as well, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so then some tips for doing an Ayurvedic cleanse is just to take a break from electronics. That's something that I'm trying to integrate a little bit more into my day, is taking a time where I'm sitting outside in the sun, no electronics, just kind of recharging, really embracing my inner plant. Let go of excess social engagements. Again, that one's more for going into the fall cleanse. Make nourishing practices like self-massage and mineral baths a priority. Create a plan and ask for specific support regarding this cleanse. The site that I found this on was just talking about how like you should take a week or a weekend where this is all that you do. All that you do is cleanse. You tell your spouse and your family like, hey, this is what I'm doing. You tell even like your friends and stuff like, I'm going to be offline for this week doing this. If you need anything, contact someone else. Like And
any sort of cleanse, I suggest the first like 2 to 3 days at least, like if you do more than that, to be at home, because it is emotionally intense and you do want to nap more. And
it's so
you
much.
do get your energy back up naturally, but those first few days are intense as someone who has done it.
It can be a lot. And so that kind of leads into the last point or tip, is just to be easy on yourself. Like you're doing this to better yourself. It's not going to be one time fixes everything. Like it's still, again, a learning process, and you're going to need to it's not going to be perfect the first time, right? Like it's a learning curve.
Exactly.
And
so why move with the seasons? Our body naturally wants to be aligned with nature. As we've talked about, again, 502 times before.
Multiple times.
We love seasons, or at least I love seasons, and I'm forcing Jordy to love seasons with me.
Season girlies.
So it's important to slow down in the winter, just like the earth does, as we learned in our book club episode last week. And so as the seasons change, we feel the natural desire to lighten up, clean up, try new things. So why wouldn't we want to do the same things to our body? Right? If you want to deep clean your closet, you should probably deep clean your colon as well. Just saying. Let go of all the shit you've been holding on to.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say. Oh my gosh, literally letting go of all the shit you don't want. Amazing. Oh, I love it. Okay.
That reaction.
I just like so off guard.
Like almost caught up. The audio journey just like got up off the couch and almost went to leave.
Goodness, I'm done. That's good. Okay, anyway. Okay.
And what's the point?
What is the point
of all of this, of everything you said? When we cleanse, we tap into our true natural rhythm. Seasonal cleanses gives us the opportunity to slow down, to sense our own rhythm, and give our body and digestion the space and rest to resolve to any residual effects of negative habits. So it's just a fresh start. Right?
Exactly.
It's like taking a shower after you had a bad day. Just fresh start. Clean everything. And then one thing I want to touch on quickly, I mean, most of our listeners are Canadian, and therefore this applies to us. But if you're in a place where you don't have seasons, you almost just need to create that time like on a quarterly schedule for yourself. Right? If you're like, every 3 months, I'm just going to do this to help me kind of clean and reorganize my mind. It's very similar to like what we talked about in our check-in, right? Our quarterly check-in. Same thing with your goals. You should do that with your mental, physical, spiritual space as well.
Or even if there's like, if you notice there's a time when you're like, oh my goodness, like I'm really feeling like I just need to clean. Like I just want to go through my closet. Really harness that and tap into it. Be like, okay, I need to clean up my closet. Let's clean everything. Like let's take this as a sign that I need to cleanse more than just my closet. Like exactly. And kind of keep track of when you feel that in the year. And then if you kind of notice a pattern of like when you would feel that, you can kind of tap into that as well.
Or if you're going through a time where you are feeling particularly lethargic or heavy brain fog, or that you are noticing that you're having a caffeine dependency, cutting that out and cleansing that way, or taking some more vitamin C in the winter to to clear out any environmental toxins that you're inhaling because you're not spending any time outside.
Yeah.
If you don't have fresh plants in your house, your oxygen content is probably very low, and therefore your CO2 and everything else that's in your blood is just not
exactly
optimal.
Not ideal.
So that's that.
We love to see it.
So that wraps up seasonal cleansing. I hope this was beneficial. We kind of throw a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that laughing fit at the end.
It just got me so off guard. I was not ready. I thought you were going to say body, and then you're like, deep clean your colon. I was like, okay. We're going there. I love it. All right.
Well, that's where the most toxins are held, honestly. Like, that's what you're going to notice the most when you do any sort of cleanse. You're going to notice your colon go very happy.
Yeah. Go very happy. Okay.
Become very happy. It's going to go, and then you're going to feel very happy. Yeah. Because your colon is part of your microbiome. And as we've heard before, 90-95% of your serotonin is created in your gut.
And you're going to hear more about that by the end of the month.
Again, our book club this month is
it's really good.
So good. It's The Inflamed Mind by Edward Bullmore. And it is essentially linking inflammation as a form of like causing depression and stuff. And so it's the science behind it, the science behind your immune response and your inflammatory response, and how that is actually affecting the brain now.
Yeah.
And the history of why science has rejected it up until this point. And so
it's phenomenally written. I have loved every second of it. It's so good.
It is a new release, but then have you been looking at the back in the
yeah, I've been checking its sources.
The sources, they're all like 2012, 2014, 2018. I was like, I'm like, what the heck? These are new.
Yeah,
it's fascinating.
There was one thing he said, I was like, I don't know. So then I like read his source, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, it was sweet.
I will fully this book is just a beautiful resource to just have as someone who's interested in wellness, right?
Well, and especially because depression is so prevalent,
but also is
nowadays
fast food and toxic and mineral depletion,
and so it's just good to know that like if I'm thinking as a parent, like if my kid comes up to me and is like, oh, I'm depressed, I can kind of be like, okay, yeah, no, for sure. Like, we'll get you help. We'll do into that. But also looking into like, why are they inflamed? What's going on? Like looking at other things instead of just being like, well, be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you want me to do about that.
Because it's not the be all and end all, but there are there's just a potential cause for it. Right. Yeah. And so it's, people don't think about, people never think about inflammation.
No, they don't.
But systemic low grade inflammation is one of the highest causes for cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, he talks about that.
Oh, does he? I haven't got to that point yet.
Yeah, he
I just know that from my studies.
So much. And like they found like a biomarker for inflammation. Mm-hmm. Or no, one of the genes that is like the single most related to depression is the gene for digestion, like in your stomach. And it was really interesting to see how like your gut is related to your brain and to depression. It was just crazy.
Welcome to my obsession.
It was literally, I was like, this is amazing. It was so cool.
We're reading, like, so far it's like from what I've read of it so far, because you're further ahead than I am right now.
Yeah.
It's basically what I've been learning, and this is like he's just fully connecting the missing piece that I was thinking all throughout my degree. I'm like, why aren't we talking about this?
Literally.
And Edward, my buddy, he is like,
oh my guy.
He's like, let me tell you. I'm like, thank you.
Right? And like, because I was talking to Bryce about it, and he was like, well, like, who is this guy? And I like checked out his
credentials.
His credentials. That man has so many letters after his name. I was like,
well, because he studied immunology, and he studied he went into psychiatry, and then he has
a couple like forensic degrees too. I was like, geez Louise, dude, like
yeah
I'm
so happy that he is linking the two as someone, because he's like he learned the old medicine, like he was in the 80s or when he said 80s he was at med school. And then he just like, it hit him, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, literally. It was just so nice. And I'm almost done it. And he's just like, he's talking about like the why. Like the why do we care? How can we apply this? Like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great episode.
But you'll hear more about that at the end of the month.
2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Or 3 more weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Fantastic.
Okay, so for our segment today, we're just gonna spout off some fun facts because I found a website that had some fun facts that I feel like not a lot of us know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of random and have literally nothing to do with seasonal cleanses, but I thought it might be kind of fun.
So, first fun fact, there's a company that turns dead bodies into an ocean reef. I actually have heard about that one.
I've heard about that one too. Yeah. I think that one's cool.
Yeah. There's also trees. I want to be a tree.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun. There's a podcaster that I listen to. I think her and her husband both want to be planted in as trees close enough to each other that their kids can like hang a hammock in between them and like spend time around them. I was like, that's kind of cute.
I like that.
So the next one is the name bonobo resulted from a misspelling, and so bonobo is a common name for apes. And it's spelled bonobo. And I think it was supposed to be bolobo, like bolobo, but it was misspelled on the shipping crate. Which I didn't know. That's cool.
There's an annual coffee break festival.
I love that.
Me too.
That's so
great. I need to know where it is, when it is.
Yeah, give us the details.
Who, what, where, when, why. August 21st.
Ooh.
That was in 2021, but
oh, okay.
August 21st.
In Wisconsin. Do you want to go to Wisconsin?
Yeah, why not?
For the coffee break festival?
Why not?
You can buy a flying bicycle.
I think that would terrify me.
Yeah, I don't know why I would want a flying bicycle.
I mean, if you want to fly, I guess that's the whole purpose of it, but
I guess so. You can reach up to 25 miles per hour in the air and 40,000 feet in altitude.
Jesus Christ.
That's craziness.
4,000.
What did I say?
40.
Oh, LOL. Yeah, 4,000. Yeah, you can fly taller than planes on your bike.
Could you imagine? You're in a plane and there's just like this 10-year-old kid.
You just like look out your window, there's just a guy pedaling beside you. Hi, neighbor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, I hate it.
Dolphins sleep with one eye open.
I feel like I knew that.
Yeah.
I
can't say for certain, but yeah.
Yeah, weird. This one is the favorite one that I've seen so far. Vacuum cleaners were originally horse-drawn.
That's so weird to think about.
Like, why?
Like, there was a lot of things that were horse-drawn, but vacuum cleaners?
Yeah, they don't feel like they need to be big enough. Oh, one of the earliest known vacuum cleaners was so large that it had to be hauled from house to house via a horse-drawn carriage.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
The largest padlock in the world weighs 916 pounds.
Holy shit.
That is, well, like 3 of me.
Yeah,
and then,
why do you
or
why
more
do
than
you
that?
need
4
that?
of me.
Yeah, 4 of you. Jeez Louise. Whatever it's protecting probably weighs a lot more.
It's in Russia.
But it's like in the arts college, so they probably just like made it to beat the Guinness Book of World Records.
Probably.
Oh, pandas poop most of what they eat.
Well, doesn't everyone?
Yeah. Is that not like a common thing?
Yeah.
Oh, they just don't digest it.
Oh.
So they eat so much to digest even a little bit.
So it's just like only eating corn.
Literally.
Spicy. Could you imagine only eating?
Dude, I would love to only eat corn. I love corn.
God. McDonald's introduced drive-through service due to the military.
Really?
Yeah, military rules forbade the soldiers from wearing their military uniforms in public. So they weren't allowed to change into civilian clothes just to grab a burger and run back to the base.
Interesting. I feel like that's not what I learned when I watched the McDonald's documentary, but I don't remember.
The other night after this party, this is a big news for me. I went and I got McDonald's because I was hungry.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
All it did was solidify the fact that I can't stand McDonald's. I haven't consumed McDonald's food in so long.
What did you get from there? Chicken
nuggets and fries. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever consumed. Like,
yeah.
I haven't liked McDonald's since I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
And this really just fucking knocked at me. I was like, that was the worst $8 I've ever spent in my life.
I'm so done with A&W. I cannot eat there anymore.
Oh,
I just feel like death after.
it's so unfortunate.
I know. I'm like, that's so
Because
upsetting.
A&W is arguably my favorite like fast food burger place, but they're
Right?
just so salty now.
I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. Alfred Hitchcock was frightened of eggs.
So weird.
Which, because literally, he had the movies Psycho. Like, when you're afraid of eggs.
That white round thing without any holes, and when you break it, there's just that yellow thing round without any holes.
But egg yolk is yellow revolting. I've never tasted it. What the heck?
So weird. Pigs don't sweat. I knew this, and that's why they're actually one of like the dirtiest meats you can consume.
Ew, really?
It's because they don't get rid of any of their toxins, and they just eat shit.
Yeah, literally.
They eat gross stuff, and they don't ever get to like sweat it out or really get rid of many toxins.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why they're considered
so
one of like
bad.
the dirtiest meats to consume.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mhm.
Bryce used to have pigs. He can say no good things about them.
Yeah.
The fuller the fridge, the more energy efficient it is.
I can see that because you're it's all holding the cold, right? And
Yeah.
working as ice packs.
Interesting.
There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across.
That's kind of fun.
So scary. If you look at the photos of these blocks, they're terrifying.
Yep.
We'll put this site in our description as well. We can
So you guys can go. Umbrellas were once only used by women.
I feel like you know this, like when you look at like
That kind of makes sense.
all the, I don't know, castle movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Victorian.
Well, because they used parasols.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the last one we're gonna say, for 20 years, a cat served as mayor of an Alaskan town.
I love it.
Of course you do.
I love it. That's sweet.
In 1997, an orange cat named Stubbs became the honorary mayor of the Alaskan town of
Talkeetna?
Talkeetna. Yeah.
Maybe? That's awesome.
With a population of 772.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that so much.
I also saw this video of there's this girl in or I guess woman in is it South Dakota?
I don't know.
I think it's or Nebraska. She is the only resident of this one town in Nebraska. She is the mayor, the librarian, and the like bar owner or something.
That's sweet.
But she's the only one who lives there now because everyone else has migrated to like other towns nearby because there was no schools anymore. There was no one to main this house. And so this town is just like a bunch of abandoned houses and then her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She's like in her 80s or something.
How can it still be considered a town if there's like no one who lives there?
Monowai.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Monowai is the only incorporated place in the US with just one resident.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Yeah. And I think Coca-Cola or Pepsi made a deal with her where she got like a bunch of $1,000 because they used one of her fields like in the town for
sweet.
the world's largest advertisement at the time.
Okay.
And so yeah, so Monowai had this and
That's sweet.
her name is Elsie.
Sweet.
It was so fun to learn this like thing. She's like, in the morning she walks along the empty main street, open to its one remaining business, the Monowai Tavern, which her family has run since 1971. She operates at 12 hours a day, every day of the week, except Monday.
Oh my gosh.
And then she set up a library for her late husband, all of his books. And she called it his library.
That's cool.
And so you can like look through like everything that he had in his stash. And then there's her house. And then there's a bunch of abandoned buildings.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
fun. The more you know.
That's what I watch on YouTube.
That's cool. That's sweet. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Seasonal Cleanses.
Mm-hmm. I hope you learned something.
Happy April.
Yay.
Next week we are releasing Yin and Yang.
Yeah.
And then our book club month this month is Inflamed Mind, as we've said.
Yep.
And so we've just got a lot of topics around balance and cleaning and whatnot.
Yeah. Regulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which should be good though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Awesome. Well, I am Mak Joy.
I'm Mak Jubes.
We are Sometimes Just Bought Slaps on all social media and podcast streaming platforms.
Yes.
SometimesJustBoughtSlaps.com is our website. And on the topic of spring cleaning, if you want to get some new cleaning products yourself, you can use the link in our description for Blue Land. Blue Land is a zero waste natural cleaning company that we will be using.
Yeah.
So
check that out.
Or if you have a cat and you want to see what's going on in their systems, we also have a pretty litter link in the description there as well.
Check that out. It's
so if
really
you want to
neat.
look up pretty litter and see how your cat's health is doing and save the cleaning of the dusty ass cat litter.
Literally. And it lasts longer than regular litter too. So you don't have to you're not going through as much, and they ship right to your house, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So check those out.
If you're interested in those, they are in our descriptions, and yeah.
Yeah.
Ta-ta for now.
See you later. Bye.